So in today's episode of Simple Solar Setup, we'll be doing a pictorial drawing, diagram and drawing of this thing of a simple solar system, how you can set up a very simple solar system, and to understand how your solar system works as an end user, to understand how those component parts, the inverter, the battery, your solar panel, your charge controller, how they work to make sure that they bring in power to your house and you also have power to use at night. Yeah, in our first video, we explained those things, the component part, their usage, and how they have benefit to your solar system. So if you have not seen our first video, you can check this video up here. Just check it, go to our page, and then watch it. And then you watch it and watch it, and you really understand it. So let's continue. So here we assume this is our solar panel. This is our solar panels. Over here we have 4 units of 400 watt solar panel. For the sake of this video, I'm using 400 watt solar panel. So if you want me to do another video, you can mention the watt of solar panel you want me to use, or use that one for our next video. For the sake of this video, I'll be using 400 watt solar panel. So I will not be doing calculations today. I'll do a video majorly for calculations, how we can know the solar sizing, charge controller sizing, this sizing. For now, we're not doing any video. We're just doing normal wiring. So let's say this is an MPPT charge controller. I know with an MPPT charge controller, the PV voltage range is between let's say 60 volts, 60 volts, no, 30 volts, 80 volts to like 130 volts. So it means that each of these panels can give us like 35 volts. So if each of these panels give us 35 volts, then if we now do two in series, you'll be having 75 volts. So to me, I will say this my battery is a 12 volt battery. It's a 12 volt battery. So to me, I would say instead of it doing 35, make me being the minimum. What this means is that if sun goes down, and this 35 volts drops to like 20, 30 volts, this charge controller will not pick again. It will not pick. So instead of that, I'll be doing two series. So two series means this panel will be in series, other panel will be in series. So that will be like this. Okay. So we will now have 2 plus and 2 minus. So this is our 2 minus, and then our 2 plus. So from here, before this panel now, before this cable now come into this system, you need to pass through a DC breaker. So before you get your solar panel to your charge controller, you must make sure that it passes through your DC breaker and DC source. So I will not be doing anything figures, I will not be doing calculation. I'm just doing let me use black. Just doing this thing, all this box drawing for you to understand what we are doing here. So this is how it will be. When it comes in here, it will enter there, and the positive line to enter here. Then this is your DC breaker, and this is your source. Source has plus 18, plus, minus. This is our plus, this is our plus, minus. So from here now, the down part of this your breaker, DC breaker, the down part, you take it to this top part of the DC source. I'll get used to this my markers very soon. You understand? You have seen it, right? Then from here now, you take it to your solar charge controller. But there's one thing you need to note. Before you connect your panel to the charge controller, ensure that you have connected your charge controller to your battery. Charge controller connection means that you must first of all connect charge controller to battery before you connect panel to charge controller, so that the charge controller can know the particular voltage it is working with and configure itself to that volt, and then be waiting for the solar voltage to come in. So what are we going to do now? We are going to connect. Let me change this just to maintain a very clean setup here. Let me change this arrangement. This is our PV and this is our battery. So I'm going to connect this to this and then this to this. And once you do that connection, some charge controller will come up. Some like electricity, they will not come on, but some charge controllers they will come on. Then this one now, you do this. Take it from here. Let me tap it from here. But you tap it from here to this, and then you take it from here to here. That way now you are done with your charge controller connection. So if you are confused at any point in this place, please let me know. This one alone is a connection on its own. Now remember, this is part of the DC source that I mentioned. DC breaker and DC source. This is part of the DC source that I mentioned. Then the next thing now is you connecting your battery to your inverter. So at this point you use what we call cable lock. So you use cable lock here. You don't just use wire. You don't just peel your wire and connect it here. Use cable lock on these terminals for firm connection, so it to be electrically sound. Understand? Use cable lock here. Use cable lock here, and then this is your let me change this one too. I'm just doing all these changes just to make sure that the thing comes out well. So from here now, this is our battery terminal. Then you join it there to the battery. Remember, you're working with a 12 volt battery. It can be tubular, it can be lithium. So this one right there, you take it back up. Understand? So that is it. That is it. And this is your battery. This is your battery terminal. This is your battery terminal on the inverter machine. Then what you are left with now is your input and output connection. Now the input is the point whereby power is coming in from either your generator or your grid, so that it will charge the battery from generator or from your grid. And this is it. Remember what I said about the source kit on the input side. The source kit on the input side includes we have the AC breaker, we have the AVS, and we have AC source breaker. So yeah, remember this one has in and out. This in, this out, and this one is minus, this 18. This is plus, this plus, this plus, this is minus, this minus. This one doesn't have polarity, so you be the one to choose your polarity. Breakers does not have polarities. You be the one to choose your polarities. So that is it. So now this is how it works. This is how it works. From your input source, it will come in here. Your input source will be it will come in from your changeover. But we're not going to put changeover today. This is the input. It steps in here. Then from this down part of your AVS, of your breaker, you will now, let me reduce this. From this down part of the breaker, you take it to the in of your AVS. That will be, let's do this. Okay. I just want it to be, I hope you understand. Then from Then from the output of your this thing now, this way you connect to your inverter input. Then but from here too, from the input, you loop it to your AVS. Looping. This thing I'm doing here is crossing of a conductor. Don't just do it like this. No, that is wrong in electrical. So the same thing goes to this one. Loop it. This one goes to your 18. Please remember this one to your 18, your house 18, and this one will be connected to the input part of your inverter, to the input terminal of your inverter. Here we can also have our 18 here on the inverter. To this 18, E2, E3, E1, E1, E2, E3, all of them will be linked together. All of them will be linked together. Then the output now, the output will have its own overload pre-breaker, like I told you earlier. Overload pre-breaker. Let's use a 6 amps breaker. Let's use a 6 amps breaker on this. Let's use a 6 amps breaker. So use the overload pre-breaker 6 amps. The input will go into here before it now goes out. While the output, the neutral of the output will just go direct. So this one is going to your house to supply your house the load. While this one is coming from this thing, from your either NEPA or Gen. Now this way we now bring in changeover. We change over now, we can be able to control NEPA, Gen, that's bypass inverter. All will be bypass, that is NEPA light or generator light direct. That will be inverter. And if it is directly on inverter and NEPA comes in while this breaker is on, you'll be using NEPA light automatically because this inverter has that feature. So in our next video, I'll be explaining such kits. I'll be explaining such kit. This is really scattered. I'll be explaining such kit, and also I'll be explaining the changeover connection. So with this explanation, you can set up a very simple solar system for your house. And remember, this is a bit technical. Sorry, this is a bit technical. I said simple, but I said putting all these things. Sure, is necessary. It's necessary because if you spend money to buy inverter worth 200 or 100,000, you need to protect it very well. And I'm very sure you have learned something from this. But let me know what you have learned from this video. You can drop it in the comment section. Like and subscribe. Please share our video so they can reach the wider audience. And if you know someone or you are ready to go solar, I'm very sure you are now convinced that you can handle your solar system. So please don't hesitate to message us. Send us a DM. Let's do it together. Let's do your system together. And I'm rooted for you. Thank you.